Hi, friends. I miss you guys so much. I wish you were here at the school, but only teachers are allowed to be at this school right now. It's kind of a bummer. I wanted to read a book called School's First Day of School. And I know we're not going to be at the school, but we're still going to be learning and having school time. And I like this book too because it talks about lots of different emotions. If you remember, we've talked about emotions before. They're things that we feel. You can be really excited. You can be happy. You can be calm. You can be shocked. You can be embarrassed, or maybe you're nervous. Like, you can be scared. You can feel sad. You can feel mad. You can be furious, where you're so mad. It's not a great feeling to have. But sometimes we feel all sorts of ways. So I thought we'd read about school's first day of school. The story is kind of interesting because it talks about the way the school feels. So our character isn't a person or an animal, it's a building. That's kind of interesting. So let's read School's First Day of School. Which building do you think the school is? Do you think it's this one? That's the one that I think too. Let's find out. That summer, they dug up the big field and poured the foundation and set brick on top of brick until they built a school. A sign above the door read Frederick Douglass Elementary. That's a good name for me, thought the school. Most days, a man named Janitor came to mop the school and buff his floors and wash his windows. This is nice, the school said to Janitor, just the two of us. So I think right now the school's feeling pretty happy. Let me bring you in closer so you can really see these emotions. I think the school's feeling pretty happy. It's just him and the janitor. The school likes it. Won't be us. Won't be just us for long, said Janitor. Soon the teachers will come in and then you'll be filled with children. The school creaked. Children? I think he's feeling a little bit nervous. Maybe he's kind of scared. All kinds of children. They'll come to play games and to learn. Oh, said the school. Will you be here? I definitely think the school's feeling a little bit nervous. You'll still see me after the school day is over, said Janitor. Don't worry. You'll like the children. But the school thought that Janitor was probably wrong about that. So yeah, school's feeling a little bit scared. And then they came. The children did. And there were more of them than the school could have possibly imagined. They got everywhere. They opened and closed all of his doors and lockers. They drank water from his fountains, and they played on his jungle gym. So that's what that's for, thought the school. Some of the older kids gathered by the fence, and they showed each other their bored faces. What do you think it looks like when you're bored? Like, do I look bored? That's how I feel when I'm bored. So those are the faces that I make when I'm bored. This place stinks, said one, and the school gasped. I hate school, said another with puffy hair. to the agreement of his friends. The school sagged a little. What do you think that looks like when you sag a little bit? Is it like, oh. So I bet you he's feeling a little bit sad, right? This guy kind of looks like he's sagging down. The kids said they hate the school. The school's probably pretty sad. One very small girl with freckles didn't want to come inside the school at all. Her mother had to carry her. Look, you can see she's like grabbing the door. She does not want to go inside. Well, how do you think the little girl is feeling then? Do you think maybe she feels scared? Maybe this is her first time at school and she's scared to go. Remember the first day that you came to school? Weren't you a little bit nervous and scared too? I must be awful, the school whispered to himself. Oh man, the school is feeling really sad now. He thinks he's awful because no one wanted to come in. Well, and then later, he squirted the puffy-haired kid in the face, and he felt really bad about that. So the kid's trying to take a drink from the water fountain, and it sprayed him in his face. So now the school feels super sad. Man, the school is not having a good first day. He watched the kindergarten kids sit on one of his rugs. The teacher said, "As we go around the circle, please tell us your name." There was an Aiden and a Max and a Bella and another Aiden and an Emma and a Caden. We have a Caden in our class. Hi, Caden. And a Chloe. The small girl with freckles. Can you see her freckles? She was the one that was scared to come into the school and her mom had to carry her. She was next, but she wouldn't speak. She only stared at her shoes until the teacher moved on. I think she was feeling pretty nervous. I don't like school, she whispered into her lap. Well, thought the school, maybe school doesn't like you either. I think the school's feeling kind of mad now. Look at her mad face. Everyone's saying they don't like him, so maybe school doesn't like you either. That's something you say when you're mad. It's not really a nice thing to say, but sometimes when we're mad, we say or do things without really thinking about it. The children were in their chairs, finally. But just as the school was starting to relax a little bit, his fire alarm sounded, and all the children exited and walked to the other side of the field and stared at him. Remember what our fire drills are like at school? We hear that loud sound, and we all have to walk outside by the playground. Well, the school was so embarrassed. Oh my gosh. He held his doors open for them when they returned. He's so embarrassed. He's like, Sorry, he said as the first child entered. Sorry, 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 he told them all, even the girl with little freckles. At 12 o'clock, the school was filled with food. It's lunchtime. And at 12:30, the school was filled with garbage. At one table, a boy told a funny joke, and another boy laughed so hard that milk came out of his nose. Ew. Now I'm covered with nose milk, thought the school. But he had to admit that it was a pretty funny joke. Even the little girl with freckles laughed. So I think he's moving up to feeling a little bit more happy now that someone told him a funny joke. At lunch, the kindergarten kids learned about shapes. We're going to learn about shapes this year. A rectangle has 4 sides, said the teacher. 1, 2, 3, 4. And a square has 4 sides too. In fact, a square is actually a special kind of rectangle. Wow, said the school. I did not know that. Afterwards, the children made pictures with glitter and paste. The girl with freckles made a picture of the school. It's just like me, said the school, except glittery. It's like she's known me my whole life. How does the school sound? I think the school's pretty happy. Do you think I could have your picture? The teacher asked her. Don't tell anyone, but I think it's the best. The school thought, she's probably right about that. The freckle girl smiled when the teacher stuck her drawing onto the school wall with a pushpin. So the girl with freckles is now happy. Ouch, said the school. But he didn't mind, not really. There's the picture she drew. It's a pretty good picture. At 3 o'clock, the parents came to pick up the children. At 3:30, janitor came to pick up the school. I was full of kids, the school told him, and I heard a joke and I accidentally had a fire drill, but everyone was nice about it, and I listened to a classroom and I learned about shapes. The school's sounding pretty excited. He wants to tell the janitor everything. You had a big day, said janitor. Do you think, the school said, do you think you could invite everyone to come back to school tomorrow? Especially the little girl with freckles? Janitor nodded. I'll see what I can do. Later, janitor sat on top of the school and they watched the sun go down. In the beginning, I didn't know what I was, said the school. I thought I was your house. Nope, said janitor. I suppose some other places get to be your house, the school added. Janitor nodded. That's true, but you get to be a school, and that's lucky. And the school thought he was probably right about that. So I think the school's feeling pretty happy that he gets to be a school. I feel pretty happy when I get to school too. And I get happy because I know I get to see you. And you make me very, very happy. I miss you. I hope you're doing good. And I'm so excited I get to see you at our Zoom meetings. Hopefully we get to come back to school all together soon. But until then, I'm going to keep being happy that I get to see you on the computer. I'll talk to you soon.